What's up, my crypto legends? It's happening. The DXY, the dollar index, is pumping like crazy and is likely to go higher in the next coming days. We'll be zooming in on the lower time frames to explain this scenario. We're also taking a look at Bitcoin. Is this it? Is the bottom in, or we are likely to go lower? Well, just by looking at the DXY, I can already tell you that the probabilities in going to lower levels is much higher, guys. So this trend to the downside has not finished, in my personal opinion, and I'm going to explain why in this episode, so make sure to stay tuned. Hi there, Andy here. Welcome back to another episode of Bitcoinsensus. Let's dive in here straight into the DXY, the dollar index, guys. We know how important it is to actually take a look at the DXY to see what could happen to the Bitcoin price and also the stock market. So what we can see here on the DXY is that we are finally getting this leg up. If we do zoom in on the lower time frame, such as the 4-hourly time frame, we can see that we left this zone here of consolidation that we had for the last few weeks. As you can see, we had the highs round about the 101.7 level and the lows at the 105 level, as you can see right over here, 100.5. So we left that zone here just a few days ago. As we left this zone with this pretty nice pump on the 12th of May, we can see that we back tested this resistance zone as support, and right now we are having that continuation to the upside. Now this is quite bullish when we do zoom out here on the DXY chart, as you can see, and we are likely to go to higher levels. Now, if this double bottom were to complete, we should be coming all the way up here to this high at 105. Now, this is a level where we could get rejected. If we do get this box right over here from these highs, we can see that is going to be a huge major resistance, as it has been respected here several times, as you can see, the last few months. So far, this large consolidation is likely to have that continuation to the upside. So far, we've back tested the resistance into support, and the trend is going up here for the last week and likely to continue. So if the DXY is bullish, shouldn't this affect the price of Bitcoin to the downside? Well, this is what we're going to analyze right away. Something that I wanted to point out here with this double bottom scenario is the timing, Fibonacci time. When we do take a look at this high over here to create the next bottom and then the next high, then we take a look at Fibonacci time. We've already had the 1-to-1 extension, meaning that this timing over here is the same timing to this low over here, and now we're already having that run up, okay, for that Adam and Eve, okay, that can go all the way up to the 1.618 in time, as you can see here, to the 14th of June. So till the 14th of June, we could see that potential recovery to come all the way up here to the 105 level. If we were to continue this uptrend, this will not be good for Bitcoin in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Going back here to Bitcoin, what we can see here is, yes, okay, we've had this ABC kind of corrective move. We have hit the 1-to-1 extension already, okay? So is it possible that the bottom is in? Well, like I explained, if the DXY is going to continue to the upside and we have still massive room here for a potential larger correction, I do still strongly believe that at least the lows here at 25,700, 800 range are going to be tested once more, okay? And all depending on that next wave down, are we going to manage to hold the $25,000 area, or is it going to break through, okay, very aggressively? This is something that we'll just have to see in the next coming days. Of course, I'm going to talk about the invalidation point that we do have here at the highs. If we do break them in the next coming days, that is going to make me bullish, saying, okay, guys, we are possibly finishing here already the ABC corrective wave, and we are likely to continue to the upside, creating higher lows and potentially attempting to hit 30K and 31K, okay? But till that move to the upside doesn't happen to show that sign of strength, I am still going to be bearish, guys, like I have been for the last few weeks. Of course, there are invalidation levels I'll explain right away in this episode, and that will make me switch from bearish to bullish, of course. So for the moment, like I said, it's difficult to know from an ABC corrective move to know exactly have we finished the C correction, because the C correction can go all the way down to the 1.618 extension, right? So if we get the pivot high to the low, then to this high, the 1.618 is all the way down at 23,300 range. So the C corrective move can go all the way down to 1.618. Now this level is where we have a strong monthly level where we talked about this, a few days ago. I can just quickly zoom out for any new people that are watching this. That is a huge level. I'm not saying that we are going to go down there. However, if we do go down there with the C corrective impulsive move, which is the 1.618, that monthly level here was the monthly close and open, okay, from January, February, and also the open here from March. It's a big level. We have 3 months closing and opening at that level. That should provide some support, and we could get an epic bounce from that level. Just some higher time frame levels that I wanted to point out there. Remember, Bybit, my #1 crypto trading platform, $30,000 can still be claimed, okay, depending on what you deposit. For the small fish, if you are a new user and you deposit $100 and you do KYC, $40 can be claimed at the rewards hub. So $100 turning into $140 for your trading, guys. For existing users that haven't done KYC yet, if you hold $50 at your funding account, then $20 can be claimed at the rewards hub. And when we go and zoom in here, okay, on the 4-hourly time frame, like I explained on the live stream on the latest videos, inside of this ABC corrective move, it does look like that we've had 3 impulsive moves. We are in the 4th wave right there, and we're just about to start the 5th wave down to test these lows. And the 5th wave can be, pretty impulsive as well, okay? We could probably just test the lows. We could have a massive breakdown. Like I said, it might create a double bottom. It might swing failure from this low. It all depends on what kind of price action we create there. That might be a great long in opportunity, depending on if we do hold the range and get above, okay, the 25,700 low that we created the other day. So if we were to do something like this, then that would be bullish, okay? Then this consolidation will be likely bullish, and this might be the bottom for the price of Bitcoin in this inside of this correction. But till that happens, of course, we're expecting lower. I'm expecting, this to continue as we are creating lower highs, just to keep it simple. With the price action, guys, we're creating lower highs, we're impulsing to the downside. We have been creating lower lows, as you can see, so it's likely to create another lower low. Depending on how this low is hit, right, potentially in the coming days, will it be bullish or not? We'll just have to see that kind of price action. So for the moment, we are expecting lower. And also the DXY is looking quite bullish, okay, for the last week, and an uptrend likely to continue. This is likely to make the Bitcoin price to finally get that leg down continuation. Right now, what would be my invalidation point? Hey, Andy, what if, we are not going to continue here to the downside? Well, as I read this, with the impulsive movements down, okay, with the 4th wave and potentially creating the 5th wave right now at this moment, if we do manage to get above, okay, this high over here, which is 27,660, with a very strong impulsive move, all right, hitting that 28K, 28,200, all right, maybe if we just hit this high and get the rejection, then it might be bearish, okay? It all depends on that price action. We're going to have to watch that very carefully, of course, with the Legends trading community. All right, guys, feel free to join the Legends trading community, because I am posting every single movement on Bitcoin, okay, to see if it's bullish, bearish, right, where we do have those major opportunities. Very important to see, okay, because I can have a long-term perspective on the price moving lower, but everything can change depending on what kind of price action and volume we create here. So like I said, just to keep it simple, if we suddenly see a sign of strength in the next coming days to the upside with very high volume, breaking above the highs that we did create here on the 15th of May and tackling that point of control, okay, and this high over here with very high volume, this could be a very strong sign of strength. And maybe it is time to switch from bearish to bullish and try and look for opportunities here in higher lows for that continuation to the upside, right? I cannot explain it that simple here with no fancy indicators, just explaining the price action here of Bitcoin. And if this does happen, there could be a clear sign, okay, that this has actually already been the bottom of this ABC corrective wave, as we have already hitting the minimum requirement, okay, which is the 1-to-1 extension, right? Meaning that this wave to the downside is the same length, okay, as this one right over here, okay, from the start, as you can see. So the requirement for that ABC corrective move is there. You know, we've already hit the 1-to-1. This could be a recovery phase. Till I do not see that sign of strength, like I said, would be breaking above the 27,600 range, okay, with very high volume, and that would be a clear sign of strength for me, and I would likely see this, okay, as a higher low opportunity for that continuation to the upside, hitting some major support levels. Not much more to be explained here. For the moment, looking at the DXY looks bullish. We are trending up right now. For the last week, there is a higher time frame double bottom scenario. So everything points out that at least for 1 to 2 weeks, we could see some bullishness here, and that could push the price of Bitcoin to much lower levels. Like I said, it depends on how this fifth wave is developed here. We might just test the lows and create a failed breakout, and that will be the moment to be extremely bullish, guys. We'll be looking for some long-in opportunities depending on how we hit this level. Other scenario is we hit the lows here and we could get an aggressive drop hitting 25K and even below $25,000 for that very impulsive fifth wave, okay? So yeah, not much more to be said, guys. I'll be watching carefully with the Legends trading community to see where we could find the next opportunities. Of course, the last couple of days, we've been talking about this range to be a shorting opportunity, also having this impulsive move to the downside, reading volume, okay? Because like I said, it's very easy for me to detect where is the impulsive waves, okay, and which are the corrective waves. And it's just as simple as knowing, you know, the volume and where we at with Elliott wave theory potentially, and knowing the leading volume is to the downside and the corrective volume, right, we can see here is to the upside, where there's hardly any volume. Usually the corrective waves have less volume than the impulsive waves. So we can see right now that follow through, okay, with this high volume, meaning that the leading trend, okay, is to the downside as we have higher volume. Like I said, invalidation for me would be seeing the price of Bitcoin, of course, getting a massive pump here above 27,600, even getting above these lower highs. That would already be a sign of strength here with high volume, okay? Very important for high volume on the movement up. If we get these movements up with very low volume, I think that this is just going to be, you know, bearish again, right? It's just going to give us some more opportunities for those shorting opportunities, for shorting levels, okay? If we have low volume to the upside. Leading volume is to the downside, and everything points out that we are going to go lower and very likely test these lows that were created on the 12th of May. Not much more to be said. I will be, of course, with the Legends trading community looking for the next opportunities. Yesterday's opportunity was, hey guys, after this movement to the downside with high volume, we are likely to create a lower high at this range, okay, to have that next movement down to test the lows and go lower. So far, so good. This is happening. And yeah, not much more to be said, guys. Just a quick overview looking at the DXY. It looks bullish for me for the next coming days. Everything can change, of course. An invalidation here of the DXY being bullish would be getting back below, okay, this resistance at 101.7, which is the highs, okay, from this large consolidation that we had for the last few weeks, okay? So if the DXY gets a push down, gets back beneath yesterday's low, that will be a clear sign of bearishness, okay, that this trend has lost steam and the dollar index is going to lose value. That would be an extremely bullish sign for Bitcoin, okay? That is where we could take some decisions as well to get into some higher lows and knowing that the bottom is in here and we are going to go to higher levels. I need to see that on the DXY. The moment it gets beneath this resistance zone from the large consolidation as we got supported yesterday. That's going to be a clear sign of bearishness, and it's probably going to be time to switch from bearish to bullish on Bitcoin and take a look at some long opportunities. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.